You are now listening to the Pelicans post-game report, Flash Report.
I mean, we're all over the place right now. In terms, today's our fourth day. So just trying to get everything in, trying to get the details right, and, having big mental days in practice, and just trying to get everything in. So obviously tonight we're going to be running up and down a little bit more than we did this morning, and really trying to focus on those details and those habits. So that's kind of where we are, and I'm excited about it. I think we're going to have an amazing defensive team. Stan's going to do an amazing job in holding us accountable. Make sure we have an attention to detail and make sure we have good habits, talking, doing those kind of things. So excited and really anxious to kind of get started.
Hey, Josh. This is Ollie Cosell with the Bird Rights. I know you guys haven't even had a full week of training camp yet, but what players have stood out in particular to you? Has anybody surprised you with anything new that you may have not seen previously?
Anything new? Obviously, Big Steven's out there, and he's done an amazing job of talking. But watching him on the side, he has a pretty nice jump shot. So I would love to see him use that a little bit this year. Nikhil has done an amazing job showing great strides. Melli's, I feel like he's knocking every shot down that he shot. So, those guys in particular, but everyone is really just showing, that they've been working in summer and, they're in shape, skill-wise, they've improved. So, yeah.
Hey, Josh, Christian Clark again. Stan briefly hit on, Zion getting the ball and moving downhill a little bit more this year, just kind of taking guys off the dribble. What have you just seen from him kind of, attacking off the dribble and going downhill?
You guys saw a little bit of a glimpse of it last year. He's a man-child. He won't be stopped going downhill. And if on the occasion he misses a layup, his second jump is probably the fastest of any second jump I've ever seen. So he'll get the rebound and he'll put it back in. So that's going to be something that we'll go to a lot. He's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. He's going to be able to play make and keep improving as a player. But that's something that we got to utilize, whether that's offensive in half-court sets or in transition or whatever it is. He has to have the ball in his hands going downhill, and same with B.I.
Hey, Josh, this is Andrew from ESPN. Coach talked about improving the communication on the defensive end as part of improving the defense as a whole. How do you improve that? Is that something you do in practice first, or is it something you don't really notice until you get into game situations?
No, you have to definitely do it in practice. You don't just wake up on game day, get into the game and start talking. It got to be habits, and that's something that we're working on this training camp, is being vocal, calling out what you see. Even if it's, obvious things, talk it out and communicate, because as Coach says, communication eliminates confusion. So that's what we're trying to do, and we have to build those habits now in training camp. And if we do that now, then it'll just, improve throughout the season. So we got to do that and take that serious now. It can't be just, okay, it's game day. You got a game today, and we're gonna start talking.
Hey, Josh, this is Jim from Pelicans.com. You mentioned Steven Adams, obviously the addition of him and what he can do in the paint. Are you guys optimistic that you think you can be a better rebounding team overall this year, just with some of the guys that you added, and just I'm sure there's different strategic changes that you guys are going to make, but I realize that that's a key part of your game. But what are your thoughts about just what you guys can do rebounding wise with some of the players that you added?
Oh, for sure. Obviously we got, most of the time we're going to have, just at least 3 or 4 amazing rebounders on the court. Obviously Zion's going to be, he's healthy. He's going to be there this year a lot. Getting rebounds, Steven Adams obviously was an amazing addition in terms of defensively, but also offensive rebounds and giving those extra possessions. B.I. the same, myself the same. So we have amazing people that can go rebound the ball. We have the freedom offensively to go rebound the ball, and that's what we do. So definitely looking to improve. And, we want to be, one of the top defensive, or not even defense, just one of the top offensive, league. One of the top rebounded teams, in the league. But, I think some of those guys that we got are going to really help with it.
What's up, Lonzo? This is Will Guillory from The Athletic. How much this season, especially in Stan's offense, is it a priority to kind of be an attacker and pick and roll, play more downhill than you've played in the past? I know during the offseason you worked a lot on finishing at the rim and stuff like that. How much is that going to be an emphasis in your game this year?
I think it's going to, give the team a big impact. I know a lot of the offense is aggressive, so having the ball and being in position to score and just having the defense look at me as a threat is definitely going to help us, as the season goes on for sure. So I'm just staying constantly in attack mode and looking to put the ball in the basket.
Hey, Lonzo, this is Christian Clark with NOLA.com. Sounds like a lot of the emphasis so far is on the defensive end. Just what have you thought about kind of some of the things you've learned and worked on as a team through these couple practices here?
Well, it's a new defense for everybody, I feel like. Obviously, defense is has to do with effort, and the rest of it is just knowing rotation. So I think as long as people go out there and play hard and play smart, we should be okay. We have a pretty good, team on paper defensively. So, we should do pretty good on that end.
Hi, Lonzo. This is Ali Cosell with the Bird Rights. Have you had a chance to sit down and talk to Stan yet regarding your role this season? Like, for instance, has he asked maybe that for you to kind of fill a bigger role defensively, with Drew Holiday gone, maybe adding some versatility on that end?
We haven't really talked about it too much. I know he expects a lot from me and Bledsoe on that end of the floor. Me into the guards pretty much to start the game off. So it comes down to me and him just setting the tone on that end and going from there.
Hey, Lonzo, it's Andrew from ESPN. I know you guys have gotten some sort of 5-on-5 work. I don't know if you've been on the same team as Bled yet. What's it been like so far being alongside him and trying to get things working?
I'm definitely looking forward to playing with him. I know just playing against him, he's a great guard, on both ends of the court. He's very tough, very fast. And when he's hitting the three ball, he's definitely hard to deal with. So, like I said, I'm happy that we're on the same team, same side of the ball. And it should be a good year.
What's up, Zo? This is Will again from The Athletic. We've heard a couple of people bring up what Nikhil has done in a few of these practices. Just what have you seen from him and the progress he's made from year one to year two?
I actually got a chance to see Nikhil all summer, so I know he was working. I seen him in the gym almost every day, so I know he's looking forward to have a big year this year, and we know what he's capable of. He can score the ball at a high clip, and he also can make plays for us as well.
Hey, Lonzo, Christian Clark here one more time. A couple of times Stan has called you the best player in the NBA at throwing the ball ahead in transition. Just what is your sense of the opportunity for you guys to attack in transition in kind of this new system here?
When it's open, I'm gonna get the ball there. We got some guys that can definitely get out, and when the defense isn't set, they're gonna have a field day scoring on the opponent. So whether it's BI, Zion, Bled, anytime I can get the ball to them and gives us an advantage, I'm gonna try to do that.
Hey, Coach, it's Andrew from ESPN. Just in the first couple of days of practice, how have you kind of seen the communication improve, I guess, maybe just going back to from day one when you guys worked on defense that long? Yeah, it's a work in progress, Andrew, to be quite honest. I would say it's an area that still needs a lot of work. I think our effort and energy have been tremendous. Our intensity has been good. We've been very unselfish. Guys have done everything asked of them and more. It's a great group. I love them. Probably the two areas that, you have everything. You're 4 days of camp, so you need work on everything. But the two areas where I think probably we haven't been as good would be that communication, and we're still turning the ball over way too much. On the communication thing, as much as you guys can do it in practice, do you think it's something that once you get into a game, you can really see the specific points you need, or can you kind of still pick that up from what you guys do in practice? Well, you know what? Here's the problem. One of the problems is me, is I do a lot of talking in practice, and even in the sense of calling out coverages and calling out all the plays and directing traffic. And, we talked about it in the staff meeting today. I've got to stop doing that more and just communicate
with the point guard and sort of force them to communicate with each other. I'm sort of creating a situation right now where they don't really have to communicate. It's already being communicated. So that's a fault of mine in terms of developing that with them, and we will try to change that tonight. We're going to try to we'll do a little work before, but we're going to try to full out scrimmage tonight. Try to get 3 quarters in if we can, maybe even all 4 quarters, regular clock, and try to communicate more game-like just with our point guards. Let them call plays defensively, know what we're in, talk to each other, that type of thing.
What's up, Coach? This is Will Guillory with The Athletic. Other than the communication, was there any other general takeaways from practice today? And what kind of progress have you guys made as far as getting everyone in the camp? I know you were still waiting on a few guys a couple days ago.
Yeah, look, I mean, hey, we're early on and we got everything going on, between some minor injuries and guys trying to get visas and, things like that. I mean, we haven't had everybody together yet. I'm not sure when we will or if we will in camp, but you just keep pushing ahead, right? I mean, we can get better every day. Even if everybody's not there, and at some point you hope you'll have your whole group.
Hey Stan, this is Christian Clark with NOLA.com. The roster that you have, there's not like a ton of guys on it who I guess you would classify as like true small forwards. What are just kind of your early thoughts on guarding and containing wings?
Yeah, look, I mean, we've got 2 guys I think you would say are small forwards in Brandon and Josh, who are, I think, pretty prototypical small forwards. Both of them are capable of playing more than one position. After that, we would probably end up going a little bit smaller a lot of times at the 3, either play 3 guards together because Lonzo has the size to be able to guard up. And then, Sindarius Thornwell, pretty tough guy, good defender, can help us there. Winion Gabriel, who's missed the last couple of days of practice, is a really long guy who we're trying to move back to that 3 spot, who would give us more size there. And then you adjust matchups too. I mean, maybe there's some times where, a guy like Zion at the 4 can guard the 3, and maybe your 3 can guard up on the 4, who's just a stretch shooter. We'll play that as it goes, but yeah, we don't have a lot of people at that spot, but I think we've got enough and good enough people.
Hey, Coach, this is Fletcher Mackel from NBC in New Orleans. Last year, I remember in the bubble, Alvin Gentry said that he wasn't sure how to use Nico Melli when the season started last year. I know that I'm probably getting way ahead of myself, but have you thought about how he'll be utilized, or is talking about rotations and minutes and who plays with whom, maybe putting the carriage before the horse right now?
Yeah, Fletcher, it's a great question because I think Melli is a guy who really, I can already see it out there, plus what I've seen on film. He can really help you function offensively. I think he'll shoot significantly better from the 3-point line than he did a year ago. He's an incredibly smart guy, can pick things up really quickly. I think you can play him with Zion. You'd be a little smaller, maybe not have great rim protection. If you want to get more shooting on the floor around Zion and you don't want him to have to play strictly the 5. He can certainly play with Steven and Jackson. I think he gives you some versatility there, but I think offensively, he's a guy who really understands how to play the game. I think he can be really helpful to us. As far as rotations and minutes and who plays with who, I'm not there yet. Not even close. I'm just trying to figure out who's at practice today, let alone who's going to play in the game. But I definitely think that Nico has got some skills and some smarts that'll really help us.
What's up, Coach? This is Will again from The Athletic. What have your thoughts so far back to just about the Bledsoe-Ball combination, how they're figuring each other out? And on a lighter note, I don't know if you heard the news about the NBA putting in the rule that coaches no longer have to wear sports jackets at games. Just how are you feeling about that?
The best development in NBA history, okay? I mean, some people point to the shot clock. Some people point to the three-point line. There has been no greater innovation than this change to the dress code. No greater innovation. It is now my favorite. Long time coming, and excited about it for sure. I mean, absolutely cannot wait. As far as Lonzo and Bled playing together, look, Lonzo had sore throat and stuff and missed the last 2 days. So, and this morning was more of a walkthrough. We're going to get our work in tonight. So they really as a matter of fact, they haven't played any 5-on-5 together. We did 4-on-4 the first day. So tonight will be their first possession. Wait, I shouldn't say that. Bled won't even be in there tonight. So Friday will be their first chance for them to play together 5-on-5, and then I can let you know. So, but they'll be fine because they're both really good players and they're both really smart players. And I think their skills complement each other really well. Lonzo's got the size, obviously, to guard multiple positions. Bled's a guy who's one of the best point guard defenders in the league. Bled's he can shoot the ball, but he's really a great penetrator. Lonzo's become an outstanding three-point shooter. So I think sometimes we can make a little too much of positions. I think they have skill sets that complement each other very, very well.
Hey, what's up, man? Christian Clark at NOLA.com. It sounds like these first couple days been a heavy emphasis on defense. Just what do you think about kind of the schemes being put in and how you guys are absorbing it?
Well, the scheme were great. Of course, they were unbelievable good. Now, besides jokes, I think, this is fourth day on training camp. It's been tough, but we're putting in a lot of stuff. Of course, there is a big focus on defense, but I think we are working pretty hard, and hopefully we'll be ready for the first tip-off.
Hey, Nico, this is Jim from Pelicans.com. Not to put any pressure on you, but Coach Van Gundy just said that he, for a few reasons, expects you to shoot threes better this year than you did in your first season. I know you had a really good stretch towards the end there. Is there some level of just comfort that you have now that you think would lead him to say that, as far as just starting the season with a year under your belt the way that you have compared to what you had last year, where you were just kind of jumping into a new situation in a new league?
Well, we are on the same page because I want to shoot better than last year, so I'm cool with that. For sure, having 1 year of experience in the league will help me, and hopefully I will get a better percentage this year than last year.
What's up, Nico? This is Will Guillory with The Athletic. I know you work with a bunch of different coaches during your professional career, but how different has the approach been from your first year in the NBA to this year with what Stan has brought and his emphasis on defense and what you guys are focused on the first few days in training camp?
Well, there are, for sure, Stan is different than Alvin, and then all other coaches I've had. There is a lot of teaching. We have many practices where we just listen and try to execute, but there is a lot of teaching. But it's too early in training camp to know exactly how coach is. For sure, he has a very clear structure. He wants us to follow it, and he's trying to explain us as the best way possible how he wants us to play. And as I said, now training camp is a little bit short, and hopefully we can get everything done before the first official tip-off.
Hey, it's Andrew from ESPN. Historically, I think international players have kind of struggled with the three-point line. Even guys who have been, shooters over in Europe or wherever, have struggled with the NBA three-point line at first. and then kind of gotten it together later on. Did you notice that last season where maybe you were where things got better as the year went on, and then that's something that you can, I guess, apply going into next season?
I was cool, honestly. I struggled probably the first week, 10 days, also because I wasn't really ready physically coming from the surgery. And like first 10 days last year were pretty rough with the 3-point shot. But then, I believe like shooters just need to shoot a lot. This is my belief, and I've been doing this all season long last year, and I started what I left now this season. So I'm just trying to shoot as much as possible to get the rhythm, to get the body ready. And for sure it's different, but basketball is different. You cannot compare European basketball to NBA basketball. And, rules are different. And also the importance of the 3-point shot is different. And the speed. So it's just a different sport. And as I said before, hopefully the first year I've done already will help me throughout this season.
Hey, Christian Clark here one more time. Stan briefly mentioned yesterday that Zion has looked pretty good driving the ball to the basket. Sounds like there's going to be an emphasis to kind of let him attack maybe from the perimeter more. What have you just seen from him in terms of driving to the hoop and handling the basketball?
Well, we know that Zion is one of a kind. Is special, and for sure for the qualities he has and the physicality he has. For sure, him driving to the basket, if it's not, something for him, it can create a lot for us, for the teammates. So for sure, he's one of our main weapons. That is no surprise. I'm not telling you any secret. And, I hope that Zion can have a great season for himself first, for us then, of course. And, and knock on wood that he can stay healthy and he can have, a consistent season when he can work on all his skills, physically and technically.
Subscribe now and stay up to date for all things New Orleans Pelicans.